Hello, this is Rick Powers, coming to you from my home office for Western Technical College. And this is for elementary algebra, week number 2. So for this week, the focus is on solving equations. Now, for many people, this is what algebra is normally considered to be. Algebra is this process of solving equations, but actually it's much more than that. Algebra in general terms is just finding relationships between numbers. And so it includes things like percent and proportion. It also includes very complicated things like graphs of circles and parabolas and all kinds of stuff. But most people, when they think about algebra, they think about solving an equation for something like x. And so that's what this week is about. But it goes beyond that. It goes into the idea of a formula. Now, when you talk about a formula has more than one variable, and it can have like one variable on one side and a lot of other variables on the other side. And the concept here is that you have relationships in something like a scientific formula where you can say, well, if I change the speed, how does that change the energy of an item? Or if I change the temperature, how is that related to the effectiveness of the medicine or whatever else, right? And so then you have all kinds of chemical and physical things that happen, even some social science things, like if I change the tax rate, then how is that going to affect the poverty rate or something like that? You can have all kinds of different relationships between numbers. And algebra is like the first idea of saying, let's not just talk about specific numbers, but let's say, what if? What if this number were different? How would it change these other measurements? That's what a formula basically is. And so then to get the skill and understanding of how to work with formulas is really a very important idea. And it's kind of the foundation of most of what happens in algebra, whether it's this class or further up to college algebra, even calculus. It's really talking about what are the relationships. If you change one thing, how does something else change? And so then this is the kind of the first step on that journey where we're talking about variables. And then we talk about expressions. We've done that some already. And then we deal with equations and formulas. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. A lot of the material here in terms of the explanations comes from other instructors. Julia, who taught the course earlier, has some videos that she made, and I'm just taking what she did and putting it in there. But certainly, if you want to have some kind of video conference with me and you want to set up a time, feel free to let me know, and we can make that work. Otherwise, best wishes on week number 2.